Okay, folks. Hello, nieces and nephews. This is Tito Keith. I got to show you this because it's just too darn funny. Miss Marissa, I'm just about to go to work, and Miss Marissa fixed me some food for my to take to work. This is just too darn funny. Of course, she's gonna fix. Most of the stuff is Filipino food, so we have to have rice. And I don't eat a lot of rice, but that's just so funny because Filipinos eat so much rice. So I always laugh, I always bully her a little bit. But this is actually pretty cool. I can't remember the name. I have to ask Marissa what's the name of this. But it's, you can see there's crab and what else? That one, what is that? Eggplant? I think that one's eggplant. No. Let's see, there's eggplant and acorn squash. And there's a couple of peppers, some hot peppers in here. There's really interesting, let's see, make sure I get this right. I think it's like 7,400 or 7,600 islands in the Philippines. It's over 7,000 islands in the Philippines, just to make up the Philippines. Of course, very many of the islands are very small. They're not really inhabited. They're just small little islands. But I think it's the largest island is Luzon. That's where most Filipinos live. It's the most populated island, Luzon. It's kind of central Luzon. They speak Tagalog. It's called Tagalog. And in all of the Philippines, actually Tagalog and English are it's actually the two national languages. But I think I'm right, and if there's any Filipinos watching this, you correct me down in the comments. Make sure and correct me if I'm wrong. But let's see, Tagalog, Luzon. I think it's northern Luzon. They speak Ilocano, and then over towards Cebu, the island of Cebu, they speak. And I'm not sure if Cebuano and Bisaya is the same, or if Bisaya is a dialect of Cebuano. I can't remember, but I know it's Bisaya. But Marissa was telling me that in Bisaya, the Bisaya speaking folks, they use a lot of coconut milk. So I've never eaten this, like a dish with coconut milk. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Okay, sorry about that. I had to cut the video off for a minute. Let's see what we were saying. There's over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. Luzon, it's Luzon, the island of Luzon. That's the largest island, and it has the most. It's the most populated island, so the most people on that island. We were going to separate languages. On Luzon, the island of Luzon, again the largest island, a large portion of Luzon, they speak Tagalog, the Tagalog language. And I think I said earlier, I can't remember if I said that Tagalog and English are the two national languages in the Philippines, which is very interesting, I think. But in Luzon, a large portion of Luzon, a lot of people speak Tagalog. But I think it's the northwestern part of Luzon, they speak Ilocano. And of course, anybody in the Philippines, make sure and please put a comment down below if I get any of this wrong, or you can add to the story and kind of clarify. Let's see, we said Tagalog, Ilocano, the northwestern part of Luzon, they speak Ilocano, which is very interesting because that's where Miss Marissa, that's where her father is from. So her father is Ilocano. His family they're from the north, I think it's northwestern, I'm pretty sure. They speak Ilocano, but her mother is from around Cebu, and I can't remember what city exactly, but around Cebu, they speak Bisaya. And I've seen Bisaya with a B, and I've seen Visaya with a V, like Victor. So Bisaya or Visaya. And I've also seen Cebuano, but I don't know the difference in those. I don't know if Bisaya is just a dialect of Cebuano, or if Cebuano and Bisaya are the same. And again, anybody from the Philippines that can clarify that, put a comment down below, because I don't know about that one. If Cebuano and Bisaya are the same, I'm not sure. But Miss Miss Marissa's father speaks Ilocano, and her mother is Bisaya, so that's a different language, Bisaya. And the reason that's so interesting is because Marissa speaks Tagalog, she speaks English, she speaks Ilocano, and she speaks some Bisaya. And it's pretty darn funny because just recently they had a family gathering, and there were some folks from her father's family and some folks from her mother's family there. And a lot of people in the Philippines speak English. And a lot of people speak Tagalog because English and Tagalog are the two national languages. But again, her father's side of the family speaks Ilocano, and many of her mother's family speak Bisaya. And it's so funny because, again, they had a family gathering recently, and Marissa was laughing because some of the everybody knows, most of them know English, most know Tagalog, but some were speaking Bisaya, some were speaking Ilocano, and Marissa was laughing because in one house there's so many languages, and that's really cool because Marissa speaks English, Tagalog, Bisaya, and Ilocano. Isn't that crazy? A lot of Americans don't we speak English and that's it. Now, there's a lot of Americans speak English and Spanish or English and French, but that's about it. A few may speak Italian, but most Americans only speak one language. Anyway, here's my point. I cannot remember what this is called, but Marissa said, and again, any Filipinos, please make a comment down below if I get some of this wrong, or you can correct what I say or add to what I say. I can't remember the name of this dish, but you see there's some crab. Shucks. There was acorn squash. I've heard of acorn squash, but I never ate that before. I've never ate acorn squash. I've never eaten acorn squash. And somewhere in here is some eggplant. And then she's got some hot peppers. So this is supposed to be really spicy. But Marissa was saying in Bisaya, they use a lot of coconut milk. I have never eaten a dish with coconut milk. So this is gonna, ooh, there's some more crab. Is that crab? Wait, let's see. I think that's more, oh yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's another piece of crab. But yeah, I've never had a dish with acorn crab, and I've never had a dish with coconut milk. Let's tilt this a little bit. So this coconut, oh, there's the eggplant, there you go. And of course, Marissa's Filipino. She's a Filipino, so of course it's going to be rice. And here's the cool part. This is, let's see, we can't get this in the light. This is actually Louisiana red beans and rice. That's from my home state, home province. And this is very, very spicy. So I think she put hot peppers in this, but I'm really curious to eat this because I never had a dish. What did Marissa say? It's got Bisaya, they cook a lot of their food with coconut milk, and I never ate a dish with coconut milk. So this should be very, very interesting. Again, because there's a lot of Filipinos who watch these, me and Marissa's videos, our vlog. So please, if you're Filipino, make a comment down below and add to this. If I got something wrong or about the language or about the food, but add a comment. Or if you have something else to add, make sure and clarify this. But let's do one more of these. Look at that crab. Wait a minute. Let me lift this up. Oh my God, that's a whole cluster of crab. Oh shucks, it's falling apart. So crab, that one is the acorn squash, and we said this. Where's it at? Under here. That's the eggplant. And I don't eat a lot of eggplant, but I'm really curious to see how this tastes with coconut milk. And again, Marissa said among the Bisaya, they cook a lot of their food with coconut milk. So I'm curious to see what this tastes like. Okay, nieces and nephews, I'll see you on the next video.